All right, we're going to move on. We're going to start talking about writing linear equations, and we're going to go to this idea of slope-intercept form. We know it. It's been taught over and over and over again, so we really know this y equals mx plus b piece. So I'm not going to work too hard on point slope form. I'll do another video on point slope form to help us out a little bit later. Right now I'm just going to focus on slope intercept form and how to use that when you're given a slope and you're given a coordinate pair. You can use this slope intercept form to solve for the y-intercept, right? Because m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. That's what it tells you. If you don't know that, please get in touch with me. I can give you a little bit more information on that. But you should probably already know that by now. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at this example. And just for fun, for those of you who did not have me in class today or the day before, I'm going to blow this up a little bit so you can really see it. Here's the question. It says, write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line that has a slope of -2, so I'm going to underline that, and passes through the point 3,7. So it passes through that point, and what we're going to do is we're given a slope, and we're given an x, and we're given a y, and we're going to use that in our formula because we have y equals m, that's our slope, x, that's our x, plus b, and we were also given a y. So what they do is they write out the whole slope-intercept form. They input 7, goes where the y is. -2 is the slope, so that goes where the m. X, 3, plus b. They do some math, and so -2 times 3 is -6, equals 7, plus b over there, and then they add 6 to both sides, and b equals 13. So when you rewrite it, you're going to rewrite y equals -2x, that's our slope, and then you're going to add that 13 in for b, and then you're finished. So that final is y equals -2x plus 13. And we found it. So now I'm going to do one more example this way, and then I'm going to talk to you about the back side of this sheet, because this is way too easy for me to do 5, 6, 7 examples. I should be able to just do one example and get you through to the next side. Actually, maybe I'll do 2 examples. Yeah, I'll do 2 examples because I'll use the graphs for the second example. Okay, so I'm going to blow this up a little bit more so I have some space to write. This one says we're given a slope of, slope of 1's way too easy. Let me slide it over and do the more difficult one. I lied to you. Let's do that one. A slope of 1 and it passes through 2, 5. All right? Well, remember we start with y equals mx plus b. And then we're going to start inputting ideas. There's our m, there's our x, there's our y. And so y is 5, m is 1, x is 2, plus b. And we're going to solve for b. 1 times 2 is 2, plus b equals 5. We know that 3 plus 2 is 5. But to do that, we subtract 2 from both sides, and we end up with 3 equals b. All right, so then we know that, and we're going to rewrite it. I don't need to put a 1 in for m. I'm just going to rewrite it as y equals x plus 3. There it is. Just in case, maybe we'll do one more example. Just in case that was way too easy for you, let's go ahead and scroll back up to that guy. That's the one I wanted to do in the first place, but here it is. We're given a slope of -2. That's our m. Here's our x. Here's our y. We know our form is y equals mx plus b. Start putting in information. 6 is our y equals m of -2 times -4 plus b. -2 times -4 is +8, which equals 6. Don't forget that plus b. Subtract 8 from both sides. And b is -2. Now we know. Let's rewrite. Y equals -2x minus 2, because we found a -2 for b. There it is. That's all there is to it. But let's go ahead and take a look at what we can do when we're given graphs instead of given just numbers on a page. Here's our graph. I know we love it. Woohoo! All right. We're given two coordinate pairs. We could do one of two things. We could put in our coordinate pairs y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 and do that math. We could do that, and we can find our slope. Let's go ahead and do that. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2, 0 minus 6 over 3 minus 1. Do that math. -6 over 2, which is -3. So m, or our slope, is -3. All right. Do we see where it crosses the y-axis? Yeah, it does. It crosses way up here at 9. But just in case you didn't see that, just in case you didn't notice that, we can input that information in with this coordinate pair using slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. Solve for b. We're using this coordinate pair and our slope of -3. 6 equals -3 times 1 plus b. Using that coordinate pair, there's our x, there's our y. Here we go. -3 plus b equals 6 plus 3 on both sides. 9 equals b. Hey, look at that. Let's write this out. Y equals -3x plus 9. That's this line right here. It's got a slope of -3. It's a pretty steep linear equation. And look way up here at 9. Yes, it does cross the y-axis right there. We've done it correctly. All right, I'm going to erase this. And I'm going to show you a different way to find the exact same thing. Remember, we know that the slope is -3. We know that the y-intercept is 9, right? So when you're looking at the graph, and you look up here at 9 and you see it crosses the y-axis at an intersection, you say, oh yeah, that is 0, 9. That must be where it intercepts the y-axis. So we could put a +9 there, right? But what about the slope? Let's take these points that we've been given, and let's do some counting. Let's count. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Down 6, and then over to the right 1, 2 places. And when we talk about slope, we talk about the rise over the run. Well, this happens to be rise that's going down, so it's -6. Oh, look at that. Over 2. Hey, look, it looks just like that. So if we counted down 6 and over 2, we would know we would have a -3 for a slope. All you had to do was count, or You could have done something different. You could have found that this is another intersection, and you could have counted from one to the other, down 1, 2, 3, over 1. Hey, look at that. We still have a slope of -3. So there are many ways to do this. You do it the way you know how. You're going to have to know how to find these things when you're not given actual points, when you have to find intersections, when you're just given a point and you're given a slope. You need to be able to do all of these things, but when it comes down to it, can you just analyze a graph and create an equation, a linear equation, in slope-intercept form? And I know that you know how to do this because we've gone through it. Thank you for your time. Take care of that practice sheet.